Simon Leis Jr. is calling it quits. He told several local media outlets he is retiring as Hamilton County Sheriff when his term ends next year, bringing to an end a better than half-century of public service. For much of that time, Simon Leis Jr. was the jut-jawed face of zero-tolerance law enforcement in Hamilton County. Just this week, Sheriff Leis had to tackle what may be his toughest assignment, trimming his budget in this era of austerity.
With these cuts, the sheriff's office may become inept.
And inept is certainly not Cy Leis's standard. He's the son of a Hamilton County judge of the same name. The Xavier University graduate joined the Marine Corps as an officer, then came back to Cincinnati in 1960 to raise a family and launch a career in law enforcement. For the last 25 years, he was the county sheriff. Prior to that, a common pleas judge for 4 years, along with stops in the city solicitors and U.S. attorney's offices.
To the best of my ability and understanding.
But it was as county prosecutor that Simon Leis Jr. earned his tough-as-nails reputation not to be cowed even by TV cameras.
Whatever was said in open court.
He prosecuted then-Councilman Jerry Springer in a prostitution investigation, former police chief Carl Gooden for allegedly taking kickbacks, and most famously Larry Flint on an obscenity charge.
There was sufficient probative evidence introduced to establish the obscenity of the magazine.
Ultimately, Leis lost both the Gooden and Flint cases on appeal. But Judge Norbert Nadel, Leis's friend and colleague for 40-plus years, remembers that Leis chuckled at the notoriety.
And they made a movie out of it. And I just recall that I had the honor to watch that movie. He got a copy of the movie, and there was a party thrown, and we all watched the People versus Larry Flint. And it was just fun to get his commentary on it and say what had happened.
Please leave the premises.
Leis also had a brush with national notoriety when he issued a warrant that shut down the Mapplethorpe exhibit in 1990, another case he lost. Still, Leis will leave office in 2012, his integrity and reputation intact.
When I think of the sheriff, I think about someone who's always going to tell you straight up what things are. He'll always be candid with you. He will give you his best, but he'll expect the best back from you in return.
He's the last of a great breed. He's done it all, and I think he can be very proud of his career.
Simon Leis says he intends to serve out his full term, which expires late next year, and he's endorsing Chief Deputy Sean Donovan as his successor.